Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showcasing the new update to Roblox Rigs Suite, that is version 1.1. And version 1.1 brings quality of life improvements, new features such as custom face support, that was highly requested, and lots of bug fixes, both in the rigs and the UI itself. So in general, you'll just have a way better experience using this than version 1.0.0. So let's get started. So first, if I delete everything here and we just go down to Roblox Rigs Suite, we have a material settings panel here, which is where you can turn on use custom faces. And they also added text right here saying no rig selected. The reason why is actually because I had quite a lot of people online asking why none of the options would show up, and some people didn't even know how to help them. They were just like, oh, I don't know. But I think actually it's way more user-friendly to add text saying no rig selected than not. But to be fair, in the tools there was actually text like this for a while, but having it here now is just way more user-friendly in my opinion, because now people can get the hint. So let's pop into material view and let's import a rig with custom faces on and without. So this is the normal rig and this is the one with the custom faces. But before I show off the rigs and all the improvements I've made, I do want to show you the UI, because the UI has had a few upgrades. So in the rig settings, we now have the rig manager where you can change the name of the rig and delete the rig. I feel like this is something that I should have added in a release and it was planned, but I just didn't. I think I started doing it. In fact, there's code for it somewhere, unfinished code, but it just didn't work. And I was just like, I'm not going to finish this. It was one of those points that I got to where I thought it's not worth it because I've already done so much. So I'll just release it for a future update. And that future update is now. So you can change the name of the rig right here. So I don't know, we can change it to high, and it changes the name of the main collection right here. And if you want, you can also delete the rig, which shows up a confirmation pop-up. So in case you accidentally click on it, you can just do this and it's gone. And what that does is it deletes the rig's collections, meshes, curves, armatures, and materials, but it does not keep the textures used. So if you want to use your textures for another rig, you can, they will stay there. However, anything that's inside of the rig's collection, it will be gone. It's also an undoable action, so I can just bring back my high rig. So we'll just call this non-custom faces, and this one custom faces. Now, if we go down to material settings, you can see we have two new updates. So custom faces panel and the advanced panel. We'll get into advanced a bit later, but custom faces first. So if you have enabled custom faces on a rig, you will see the option right here. If you have not, you can't. But if we just open a texture, so honestly, you can use really any texture you want. I will at some point probably add an option to change the scale and position and rotation, whatever, of the texture. But for now, this is how it is. This is a really versatile tool because I do accept that adding your own kind of face texture is now becoming a standard in Roblox GFX and animation. You know, in animation, I'm constantly using face rigs, so I understand it for GFX. And yeah, you can use really any kind of texture. For the face, you can use a Roblox decal, or you can use your own drawings. You can use face packs you download it online even. It's honestly up to you. But yeah, that's the main new addition to this whole add-on. So let's get into the advanced panel. So this is an option which is based on another option I want to add at some point, but this is a really stripped back version of it. So remove compatibility for the material, removes the drivers on the material so you can manually control it. Now this is something that was requested. I can't find a comment at the moment. It was something that was requested in the comments of the original Roblox Rigs Suite showcase video. And yeah, this is the option which is either for people who can't be bothered to remove drivers manually or people who don't know how to. In general, it just makes things faster, so you don't really need to feel guilty for using it. But yeah, if we just click this, now you can't apply bump nor add gloss, and it stays in the state that you set it at. If we go to shading, you can see now there are no drivers. We can edit literally whatever value we want. And yeah, it's just like that. And yeah, this is one of those things which I have been focusing on whilst making this update, and it's literally just control. Control is genuinely what you want when making these sort of things. You don't want to be locked down to specific options. So I am open to adding options which will give you more control. In future, I want to add this as a tool. Obviously, I don't want to remove this, but I mean, I want to add it as a tool as well, which lets you remove compatibility for the whole rig to the add-on. And then that can be then used for different software such as Unreal Engine, maybe Roblox Studio. It will definitely make importing to Roblox Studio easier, in fact. But yeah, that's a tool for another day. So one of the other quite notable changes to these rigs, I will say, has to be the quality of the rigs. The rigs were quite good at first. In fact, I was really proud of them, but they're even better. So I'm just going to compare these two rigs. So this is the old Roblox Rigs Suite rig from the original release. This is the newly updated one. So just take a look at the way that their hands move. So this is the old one. It's kind of clipping weirdly, and there's this thing where it's just like fully going inside of itself. It's really strange. On the newly updated version though, it is much better. No bugs to be found. The weighting is fully good. It's not basically going inside of itself like the last one. It just looks way better. And yeah, this is just one of those nice quality of life improvements in Roblox Rigs Suite, or Lightning Rigs to be specific. And there have also been small improvements as well to leg origins, or really leg rotations in general. Like the legs have been a lot better this update. Legs bend also consistently. There was an inconsistency like that from what I could tell, but now it's nicely consistent. Yeah, in general, consistency has been one of the main improvements with all of this. Just consistency across the rigs is now a lot better in my opinion. And the R15 rigs also have been basically completely re-rigged. So that might sound like insane, but basically what they do now is they are now one mesh and they rotate using vertex groups. This is said to be more optimal. I haven't done A/B testing, so you'll have to try that for yourself. But it is easier to manage and it's just less relationship lines showing all over the place, so it's nice. Now let's get into the tool improvements. So tools have each had their own updates. Some bigger updates, some less big updates. So the attach custom head or face rig now lets you, so if we add a cube and pretend this is our head, just give me a sec. If you just pick this, you'll be asked if you want to link materials, which is good because if you're attaching a custom head, you really want it to follow the same material as the rig. So then you can bind it, and it's a bit like the attach accessories tool. It only works on meshes. It will not show up for anything like an armature, for example. It will be disabled. Next is the 3D layered clothing attachment tool. So this is a small bug fix, but I actually noticed this from GFX Rhino's video on this rig. If you use the surface deform method, the objects will not actually parent to the rig, which is a bit dumb, and I don't know why I missed that out, but now it does. So yeah, using the surface deform method will do that now. Then in the attach accessories tool, you now have add to rig and link materials. So if we pretend this is our hair or our hat, whatever, our floating hat, and we select this mesh, if we add it to the rig, which is on by default, by the way, like if we reset this to default value, yeah, it's on by default. And pretty simply what that does is once you click on attach, it adds it to the mesh collection of the rig. Since the rig, the way these are organized is that you have the main collection, the rig collection, which is where the rig is, inside of that is the mesh, and then you have a mesh collection, and then you also have your shapes collection, but your shapes collection shouldn't be seen. Anyway, so this is good for organization, and if you do delete the rig, if you do decide to do that, the accessory will go with it. So that's either a pro or a con for you. You decide. But yeah, you can still link materials and it's still pretty much the same tools, just organized in a little bit different way. I actually like this row thing that I've done here. And finally, the animation linker works now. It didn't work if you upgraded to 4.4. On 4.3, Blender 4.3, it worked fine, but on 4.4 it didn't. So now it does. Hooray. And apart from me updating the Get Started manual, which you can see right here, I have updated to fit it now. Most other updates you can't actually really see, and that's because behind the scenes I've been doing work for the rigs to work more functionally, and in general I've just been making updates just to improve it overall. But yeah, just know that I've been working hard to make sure this is a good experience, and I hope it is. You know, I hope you prefer this over the last version. I do a lot, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the update. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for the support so far. Genuinely, the fact that GFX Rhino made a video on this rig as well has just made it so much better for me. So special shout out to GFX Rhino for this. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for watching. You can download in the description below. Literally everything has been updated, the UI, the rigs, and the tools. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this update. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to report bugs and suggest ideas in the comment section on my Discord server. See you next time. Bye bye.